everyone! Husky Ninja here with a little bit of a different Weiss Wars video for you guys. As I've been meaning to do this for a while, as I do get asked quite a bit of what decks do I currently play? Now, this isn't like what decks do I have, it's just the main ones I currently play. So I figured it's best to do this as like a little bit like a PowerPoint for you guys. As I think it's best to do it this way so you guys see more clearly what the sets are. Now these is just the 5 main decks I play. So starting off, we have Project Sekai / Colorful Stage, which I do play in English and Japanese. English is currently all of set 1, where Japanese or JP, as it often gets shortened to, is now into set 3. So hopefully sets 2 and 3 will come over to English, even though set 3 is more like a premium, and it came out on basically Christmas Eve. So hopefully I'll be able to get booster box for set 3. I don't know. Depends if I can availability and funding and all that. But it is a really fun set. You can see where Bushive learned from the likes of Bang Dream, the Love Live series, Idolmaster, as well as from the Project Diva sets, and combined them all together to make Project Sekai. And it runs really well even if we don't do like mono group or a mono color. It runs really well, and it's really easy to make decks for as well. And next up, which is no surprise to anyone, is Ruby. I still mostly only run base set, as I have 3 copies of a card from the premium booster, because of how quickly premium booster stuff will become available, then quickly sell out. So the base set for it is basically volumes 1, 2, and 3, where the premium set is set 4. It is a really fun set, and an update to my trial decks I recommend for beginners. I had no idea how much more expensive the trial deck for Ruby has gotten. Make sure that I was able to get as many trial decks as I have for it. It's not a ridiculous amount. It's just like, I think it's like 3 trial decks because a friend gave me one for free. And then a lot of set 1 or base set boosters. But it is a really fun set if you know what you're doing. It can get really competitive as well. My deck is still mostly a Bumblebee, which is Blake and Yang, with some other characters thrown in just for support and backups. But it's still a really fun deck to play. It is still a super fun set. And next up, and I am so sorry for such a small image, but we have Love Live Sunshine. I play this in both English and Japanese. More in Japanese, as English is harder to get anything for right now. Especially like, when I say anything right now, not so much singles, but as in like booster boxes for it. But in Japanese, it has even more cards. Yes, the Idol Festival stuff has come to English, so you have those. But there's a lot that English will never get. So I play Sunshine in both English and Japanese, with card translation inserts like I do for Project Sekai, and all my other decks are in Japanese. But it is a main go-to for me, plus it's how I started out playing Weiss Wars. Next, we have Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, which I played English. It came out when everyone was doing 8 standby, so it's, even though it doesn't use standby, it runs surprisingly well. It also has cards that send things to memory, opponent to memory, all sorts of things. It is a fun set. It can be a little tricky to make a feasible deck for it, from if you only have like one trial deck and you're adding things from the boosters. It could be a little tricky there, but if you combine 2 trial decks and some boosters, you can make yourself a really easy to run deck. Which is what I've done myself, and it runs surprisingly well. It is still a fun set, even though it's not getting any new cards that I know of. And lastly, out of the card decks I mostly play, we have Saikano. The deck I have built is a Utua Iri. Well, basically it's a red, green, blue deck. Focusing on the 3 you see closest on the poster art. It's mostly supposed to be a Utua deck, but then I found, oh, a lot of her cards have, if you have this Iri card, this card does that. So it started with that. Then when I got some blue cards, I found out they fixed some issues I was having with the deck I was building. I still have plenty I could do on all of these. I can build more than one deck. Not so much for Sunshine English though, sadly. But I do have a lot to build, like other sorts of decks, try out some new things, alter my decks plenty. There are some cards where I can't play them because I can't maximize their abilities. But if it's not a biggie for how it makes it run in a deck, then I'm not too fussed. But it's still a fun set. Plus you have cards that can do minus 1,000 to your opponent's card. Which, if you know you're 1,000 below, it is such a godsend to have that in your deck. The amount of times my opponent's like, oh, you're 1,000 below me, you're just gonna reverse. I pull out this card, one card that's in my deck, and boom. That card is now weaker than mine. So, Saikano, it can be creative. Plus, it runs standby. All the decks mentioned, apart from Dragon Maid, do run standby. Some is only in one language they do. Others, it's in both. But all these decks are really fun. They do have a challenge in part of their deck builds, because they make them really difficult to beat, as well as find ways you can be really defensive with them, or just go full on attack power, like how my Ruby deck was just like attack power here, attack power there. But that is all for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, please make sure you check out the rest of the videos here on my channel, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, bye!